Welcome to St Vincent College's virtual assembly. Usually this time of the year we will be coming in to visit you to deliver this presentation. However, due to this testing time, we have adapted our usual presentation to this virtual format.
Hello everyone, my name's Andy Grant. I'm Principal at St Vincent Sixth Form College in Gosport. It's a privilege to have this opportunity to present to you today through the new virtual assembly that we're offering to all of our local schools. The presentation is going to be a combination of me giving you some updates and information, and also you'll meet my colleague Megan, who's one of your school liaison leads. And whilst I appreciate that you've had some presentations already and some of this may replicate some of that information, I do believe it's important to reinforce some of the key messages that you as Year 11 pupils need to understand and consider when making your decisions about your post-16 progression pathway. So I'm going to give you information today about St Vincent College, the range of services we have, the curriculum offer that we have, and showcase where some of our students have progressed to with regards to their future opportunities having left St Vincent. And that's going to be combined with some video footage so you get to see the campus in all its glory and see some of the wonderful opportunities that we can present to you. Whilst this is an assembly where we'll give you lots of information, the best experience you can have is by accessing our virtual open events. Now, the virtual open events will provide you opportunities to access tours of the campus, ask questions via chat functions. You'll also be able to hear from current students about their experiences, and you'll be able to find out more information about the course and services. And we've got two events that are taking place. The first one will be in mid-October, second one is in November, and that'll give you the opportunity for you and your parents to find out a little bit more about St Vincent College in the hope that you choose us as your post-16 pathway. I would expect you to already had a lot of this information already, but there are things you need to consider as a Year 11. Now, I appreciate you've got a lot of pressures on you having returned to school after a gap in learning, that you're catching up on bits and that you may be worried about your GCSEs. And all I can do is ask and implore you to work as hard as you can, put the time and energy into your future and your results this year. But at the same time, you do also have the opportunity to consider what you're going to do when you finish compulsory education at school. So some of the things you're going to need to consider are what are the subjects you would like to study. And with regards to that, I would encourage you to think about what your future aspirations are. Choose subjects that excite you, that you're interested in, and that you can see yourself potentially pursuing either at university or in a career in the future. In doing so, you will also need to review the entry criteria for each qualification, and that's available through our college website and also the course guide. And further information about that will be available through our virtual events. You also want to then look at what the offer that each college is going to provide to you. So at St Vincent, we are offering a full on-site timetable delivery model. We've introduced a new timetable that we believe is for the benefit of both students and staff and supports your progression by providing you with a 2-class day. That enables you to access teaching and learning either all day or part of that day, which then affords you the opportunity to do independent learning at your leisure outside of college, and also do such things as part-time work, socialise and be a teenager and have the fun things that come with all that. You also though need to look at what type of college you want to go to. Look at the environment, look at the support services, and the key thing you need to make a decision on is where you're going to feel safe, you're going to feel supported, and what services are there going to be available to you to help you achieve your future goals and aspirations. At St Vincent College, we're very proud of the extent of the support services that we offer to our students. Indeed, we offer outstanding welfare and career services, with the vast majority of our students progressing to university, employment or apprenticeships. Obviously, the world has changed in recent months, and at St Vincent that's no different, and we're very mindful of our responsibilities to you as potential students, to your families, and indeed to our staff and current student cohort. So we've implemented a lot of safety measures to ensure that students not only can access full-time provision at St Vincent College, but they can do so in a safe and secure manner that doesn't impede their learning, that affords them the opportunities that every student deserves to have the best possible experience. And then the final part I would encourage you to look at is how you're going to get to college. Quite often college may not be the most local provision available to you. So when you're looking at colleges, again with regards to safety measures and COVID, you may want to consider how you're going to get to college, where the colleges are based, and how you make a safe route both to and from college at the end of the day. So these are things I'd ask you to consider, and some of that we'll cover through this presentation and at our virtual open event in the coming weeks. So the next thing I just want to draw your attention to is where St Vincent is. So St Vincent is a Gosport-based college. We're based on the Forton Road, about a mile from the Gosport Ferry. So you'll see from the map our local schools are scattered obviously throughout Fareham and Gosport, and indeed St Vincent primarily recruits from the Fareham and Gosport region. Each of our schools is serviced by regular and consistent bus services that will enable students to access college by bus. But students can also access us by safe cycle routes, and our 9:30 timetable starts. So classes at St Vincent don't start until 9:30, afford students the opportunity and time to get up, get themselves ready, and to safely travel to college in the morning. So based upon obviously where you live, you'll want to identify what the most appropriate bus routes are, what the most appropriate cycle routes are, or other means that you can travel safely to college each day. So it's an exciting time here at St Vincent. Now we're college in the ascendancy. We've seen continuous improvement in our results in recent years, and that's led to more success for students, more opportunities available to them, whether that be to go on to university, employment apprenticeship, travelling the world, etc. And I'll give some examples about what students have gone on to a bit later. But it is important to note that St Vincent is primarily a vocational based college in terms of our qualifications, and I'll provide details of the course offer in a little while. But the provision that we have in vocational qualifications has for the last 5 years graded in the top 10% of all colleges in the country. What that means is more of our students get high grades. So 88% of our students on vocational subjects this past year achieved distinctions and distinction stars, the equivalent of A star, A's and B's at A level. And that saw 98% of our students studying those subjects pass those qualifications and move on to the next stage in their journey. What we as a college are very proud of is the track record and history we have of supporting students into higher education. So for those of you who have those aspirations, you can be assured that you'll get not only a quality education, but the guidance and support that you need to enable you to achieve that. And as a college, the number of students offered their first choice place is 10% higher than national average. So we have a higher rate of students that get their first choice university place over the vast majority of other colleges in the country. And that's something that we are very, very proud of. Something that we have introduced this year, in part response to the COVID measures, but also the adaptation to the needs of students, being teenagers, some of you need to work and other things, is that we have developed somewhat of a unique timetable model. So at St Vincent, you will have a 2-block day. Your morning class is broken down into 2 blocks, as in one class broken into 2 individual sessions. You then have a lunch period and then an afternoon class. What that will mean for you is that you either will access college all day if you've got 2 classes, or you'll only access college for half the day, either the morning or the afternoon. That affords you plenty of time to do the independent study, work and research that you need to, whether that's here at college using our spacious study hub and social facilities, or at home where you're able to work under your own steam alongside other commitments that you may have, whether that's work, caring for family and siblings, etc. So college provides a nice dynamic for you to be able to do on-site study and work alongside the independent work that comes with being a young adult and being responsible for your education. So we're very pleased with the impact that's had, and already at the start of the 2020-21 academic year, students are reporting that's a fantastic experience for them, and that timetable affords them a lot of freedoms to not only study to a high standard, but to lead a very strong constructive life outside of it. So I'm going to talk to you now about the St Vincent curriculum offer. So at St Vincent you can study a different array of qualifications in a different style and format that will best suit your individual needs and aspirations. So the first offer that we have is a full BTEC qualifications. This is essentially where you will study one subject for the whole duration of your study programme, alongside enrichment activities that will enhance your student experience. Also, students can do a blended programme where you are able to select BTEC and or A-level qualifications that you then merge together. And if you were to choose that option, you would select 3 subjects that are tailored to your individual future aspirations, plus enrichment activities that I've already mentioned are all there to enhance your experience as a student with us. As I say, the timetable provides for 2 classes a day. If you do study 3 subjects, you will study 2 classes of that subject per week. So in essence, 6 classes in a week activity, totaling 5 hours per subject, which is above the majority of other colleges in the region. And what we are able to do, because of the safety measures that we've put in place, because of the spacious campus that we have, the wide array of facilities, we are at this point able to offer a full on-site timetable. And again, the consideration that you need to make is whether or not you're going to get the best possible learning experience through the offer that colleges can offer to you. So to provide some context to that, Here's our full BTEC qualification offer. So in terms of a full subject where you would study one subject alongside enrichment activities, our course offers include applied science, business, carpentry, criminology, health and social care, ICT, which now includes esports, which is a new qualification we're introducing for 2021-22, law, multi-trades, music, public services, social sciences and sport also includes our elite football academy. So if any of you are gifted footballers looking potentially to break into the professional game, you can join the elite football academy, which enables you to train and play for Gosport Borough Football Club. So these are full qualifications where you would study a single subject, and they're ideal for any student with a very clear specific career goal in relation to any of these subject areas, whether that be straight into work or into university. We recognise, however, that for many students they may want to do a slightly different programme, select different options that test you in the best possible way while embracing the opportunities that you have available to you moving forward. And as such, we offer students BTEC and A-level based qualifications. So this is a broader list of qualifications where students can pick 3 subjects, and in some cases we will allow students to pick 4 if you are particularly academically able, to be able to study a programme that best fits your learning needs, best fulfills your aspirations, and also supports you where you want to go. So the subjects we have here are applied science, applied human biology, business, criminology. Esports again is now available as a single option in gaming, film and digital arts, fine art, graphic design, health and care, ICT, law, music performance, music technology, performing arts, photography, psychology and sociology. So a breadth of qualifications that you can identify with, that you can select best meet what you want to do in terms of your interests and your aspirations. In addition to our offer, St Vincent is investing very heavily in what we've called our digital revolution. So all of our level 3 year 1 students have been allocated iPads from the college this year to support and enhance their learning experience. We are developing our Google Classroom platforms so that students can access learning both in the classroom and also remotely, and that will be particularly prevalent in the event that we do enter a further lockdown in relation to COVID in the future. Our hope is that's not the case, but what we are doing is preparing students for a digital future, preparing all of our students to be able to access and use digital devices as a means to support and enhance not only their academic work but the personal and social skills, so that when they go out into the workplace, when they go on to university, they are well equipped with the skills needed in industry to have that competitive advantage. I now want to talk to you about the journey and where it then takes you. So what I'm going to do is just share with you some examples of students and their journey with us, subjects that they studied and the pathways that then led them to. And that, in terms of the context of our curriculum offer, will help you see that no matter what type of learning programme you create here at St Vincent College, you can fulfil your dreams and aspirations. So the first person I'm going to share with you here is Oscar. So Oscar is a student here that chose a BTEC triple in sport. So he studied solely a BTEC in sport programme. The enrichment opportunities that he was afforded to do enabled him to participate not only as captain of the football team, but he studied qualifications in sports leadership and first aid, and that enabled him to succeed in his progression pathway, which is to pursue physical education and sports coaching at Chichester University, one of the most prestigious universities in the country for sports coaching. You then look at Chloe, who studied a similar qualification but in health and social care, a single subject where she studied solely health and social care, where she accessed not only theory and practical elements in college but undertook significant amounts of work experience to develop her skills ready for the next step in her life. What she did at the end of college was actually progress into employment. She's now working at ISS as facility management as an accounts administrator, developing the skills that she took from her work experience into a practical environment. Her pathway was to go into work, and she's now succeeding in that area, all from studying a very specific and focused studying programme. And then the final two are Christian and Isaac. So Christian mixed A-level and BTEC qualifications to pursue his career. So Christian is a very, very talented musician, but he's also a very talented designer. So he decided to study both the music and design elements of the qualifications we have here at St Vincent. What that enabled him to do was pursue not only his future ambitions to be a musician by going on to study popular music performance and production at Southampton Solent University, but the work that he did here in terms of his graphic design enabled him to develop his own website and develop the own cover art for his album, which is now published and available on Spotify, and from which Christian is generating a small income from the success of his musical career to date. Finally, I'm going to share with you Isaac. Now, Isaac was a very gifted student who studied 3 A-levels and a BTEC qualification. The reason I share with you Isaac's story is not necessarily about his qualification structure, but more about his experience and his journey. So Isaac joined us with a very specific career goal in mind, a career goal that we as a college actually hadn't experienced in offering advice and support to someone, and that was that he wanted to be a Mountie in the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. So here at the college, not only did he manage to study a wide array of subjects that enabled him to develop the academic skills he needs to go on to university and study to be a Mountie, he was also able to access the welfare support, guidance and advice from our career services that enabled that to become a reality. So through the advice and guidance that we were able to provide him, through the research our team had done and the work in supporting him to get a scholarship to move to Canada, he was able to then undertake work, as you can see, in the RAF regiment where he volunteered. He took a gap year after college. In that gap year with the RAF regiment, he was able to travel the world. He raised nearly £100,000 in charitable funds through work that he did, and because of that, he's now been afforded a scholarship. He is now studying and being paid to study at the University of Alberta in Canada, and he will fulfil his dream and goal of being a Mountie. And that could be you. And that's the key thing I want to focus. Think about what your dreams and aspirations are. Here at St Vincent, our goal is to make those a reality. And on the next slide, what you'll see is a list of just some of the careers that some of our students have gone on to in the last 2-3 years. So we have a student that's currently doing an apprenticeship to be a Sky Sports TV presenter, a female professional basketball player in the USA, naval officer, screenwriter, funeral director, lawyer, paramedic, biomedical scientist, film director, sports coach, pilot, Northern nanny, nanny working for the royal family. These are all students, these are all young people that were sat in a classroom or an assembly hall like yourself, hearing a presentation from me and my colleagues about what we can offer, and this is the reality of their journey. They chose St Vincent because they knew they were going to get a high quality education and a support service that enabled them to be guided and advised to fulfil their dreams and aspirations. And I certainly hope that we can afford that opportunity to do that for yourself. But you don't need to wait till the end of college to fulfil your dreams and aspirations. What I want to share with you here is the story of Corey. So Corey was a digital film and media student who left college this past summer. He's now gone on to university. But this is him at the Creative Alliance Independent Film Festival. So the college funded and supported him to produce a short film here at college called Knock Knock. So Corey's the young lad sort of sat in the middle. The two gentlemen sat to his right are two students here who are studying a performing arts programme. So two students have now got acting credits to their name by appearing in a film. The film then has featured at an independent film festival. It was also featured before the Hobbs and Shaw movie last summer, and has raised the profile of the work that Corey has done, and actually has afforded him his dream now to move on to university, where he's going to pursue film production, and I hope one day he'll be rich and famous as a result of that. And there's no reason that cannot be you. So all I would implore you to do is use this year as an opportunity to work as hard as you can, focus on getting the best possible grades, but also take the time to consider what it is you need to do to achieve your goal. My hope is that St Vincent can provide that for you, and I certainly hope that you take the opportunity to look at us and look at the opportunities that we can offer. I'm now going to hand over to my colleague Megan, who is a member of your school liaison team, is going to talk to you about the support that they can provide in helping you make an informed decision about your future career goal and future pathway. May I wish you all the best, take care, and many thanks.
Hi, I'm Megan, I'm your school liaison. I studied sport at St Vincent and went on to university before coming back and gaining employment here at the college. You'll also see Lindsay in the picture, who will be the school liaison contact for all of your teachers. But if you yourself have any questions or queries, it'll be me who you contact. I've been through the journey recently myself and understand how difficult but exciting it can be, so hopefully that gives me a unique outlook to be able to help you. In our course guide, you'll be able to find out more information about our courses, enrichment and support we offer as a college. You can find the course guide online, where you can find an application form. You will be able to receive a course guide from your school if you visit your careers team. If you ever have any questions in the meantime, before or after application, feel free to contact me at any time. Applying to us here at St Vincent is really easy. As previously mentioned, there is an application form in the new course guide. You can fill this out and send this back to the college. You can also apply online at stvincent.ac.uk. And finally, you can contact me and we can go through your application process. After applying with us, you'll be offered an interview as well as a personal tour if you would like one. So please feel free to contact me at any stage of your application if you have any questions. Finally, I would like to reiterate the importance of our online open events. You really need to attend these to get a feel for the college and all the courses. From there you'll have more information and be able to make a decision about your future. I want to thank you for watching and wish you all the best.